Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. This is a sequel to Rimuru in Akame ga Kill, Rimuru in DXD by alexkuhar360. Chapter 15. Dominus Custos Luminous Pov. It seems like the trap by the traitor devils was sprung. Now I am watching from afar while he gets close to make sure nothing happens. I swear he worries about that angel girl too much. She is strong enough from what I see. I guess his soft side toward his subordinates is true about him in this world as well. Aside from that, this plan was much larger scale than I imagined. There is practically a mini-war happening here. I did not believe so many of the old Satan faction would attack this game just to try to kill Rias Gremory. She isn't anything special. I am sure they have some other motivation, but it seems they simply do not have much to gain from this in my view. It isn't that big of a deal though. After all, none of them are big fish so far. I decided to just watch the fight between the Gremory group and the Astaroth peerage for idle entertainment. That however was a mistake. That weird pervert used some kind of technique to talk to their breasts. He is truly an enemy to all women. I must prevent him from ever touching me at all, so that can never happen. As I watched, however, I realized that Rachel is extremely good at hiding her presence, since even I could only sense her some of the time. I'm sure if she keeps training she will be a powerful assassin. She is also a strange existence. I find it nigh impossible that she didn't fall. Whatever happened to her no doubt has made her somewhat mentally unstable. It would be troublesome if she got into some trouble. While all of this happened, I noticed Ophis appeared near the head hair Satan and Azazel. I decided I will join them since it doesn't seem like much else will happen. Once I flew up to them, I was greeted politely by the two men. Oh, hello Luminous. It seems you are here to talk to Ophis. Hello, Maid-san. Ah yes, the pervert and the guy with a maid fetish are two of the stronger figures in the supernatural community. I gave them a swift bow before focusing on Ophis. It seems you haven't grown yet. You would also be quite cute if you smiled. The other two seemed surprised, but Ophis just took a thinking pose. So if my body was bigger and I acted like a cute little girl, Veldora-kun would mate with me? The Devil King looked stupefied, while the fallen angel looked like his imagination was already showing him what that would look like. I simply replied calmly, I do not think so. Even if you looked like Gabriel herself, I doubt that overgrown lizard would mate with you. From what he has said, that was the cause of the only ever true death of anyone from his race. I doubt he would risk that just because you look a little sexier. She looked down but continued to look pretty blank. After a few seconds she looked towards the place the Astaroth guy was fighting the Red Dragon Emperor. That angel you found will grow quite strong, Luminous, as to be expected of my friend. When she said that, I couldn't help but be flabbergasted. Did she just call me her friend? I mean, we have been loose acquaintances for many years. But she is always the, I want my silence, type of person, so I never imagined she thought of me as a friend. At the moment the three of us froze. She let out the blankest and yet entrancing giggle I had ever heard. Is it possible she just teased me? No way, right? That is not supposed to happen. As if I was just teased and made to freeze by this emotionless lowly dragon. I will get her back for this. As it looked like the battle below was finishing, the nun girl, Asia I think, started praying. While we all watched, a bright light appeared and swallowed her up. Where she stood was a man with long brunette hair. He introduced himself as the descendant of one of the original Satan. I guess he is one of the masterminds? Am I sad the nun girl is probably dead? Well, I am not overly emotional one way or the other. I have lost many people over my long life, so I won't weep for someone I haven't gotten to know at all just because she is kind of cute. This wasn't the case for Mr. Red Dragon Emperor Kun, since he seemed to be having some kind of mental breakdown. The mind of humans can be so weak sometimes. With that in mind, I did sense some kind of magic influencing him. Maybe this will get interesting after all. Soon after, the Red Dragon Emperor started chanting. I know that is coming from my time in this world. It seems like this might be his last night. It will all depend on Rimuru's mercy for him now. Rimuru's Pav. Once I started sensing some strange energy near Issei, I got even closer than I was. His energy is skyrocketing and it seems like he is doing some kind of power-up. While everyone was distracted by his chanting and transformation, I noticed Rachel make her move. In the blink of an eye she rocketed from hundreds of meters away. In one swift motion she cut the man named Shalba diagonally across his chest, cutting him in two and destroying his heart. In another fluid motion she beheaded him as his body fell to the ground. In this world, people seem to be hard to kill, so I made sure to tell her to always destroy their hearts and take their heads just to be sure. As her sensei I was quite proud. It was an excellent and efficient kill while the target was distracted. From the energy, I could sense that would be a very difficult fight for Rachel in a straight-up even fight. Even if that guy wasn't super strong, he was still the direct descendant of one of the original Satan. I was quite happy with her killing someone that would normally be considered outside her weight class so cleanly. Is it possible I am just that good of a teacher? No, I think as a teacher I should be happy to have such talented students. I will have to brag to Veldora later about this. As I was busy talking nonsense in my head, Issei finished transforming into some kind of draconic form. It radiated negative emotions and killing intent. If I didn't know it was a high school boy inside, I would think it was a mindless beast. Something was very wrong with him. While I watched and analyzed the situation, Issei started charging a massive beam attack at Rachel. It seems like I will have to break up this fight between two of my students. Even if it would be easier just to kill Issei, it is my responsibility to make sure my foolish students don't cause too many issues. Azazel's Pav. When I saw the angel I know as Rachel kill Shalba, I was very surprised. Most angels and fallen angels make their blades out of light, but she had a material sword. In heaven, few jobs would require a weapon like that. That means she was a Dominus Custos, a Lord Warden of the prisons in heaven. Additionally, she most likely was a member of Lux Finalitatis. Lux Finalitatis, or the Light of Finality, is a group of angels that specialize in the destruction of the devil and sinners' souls. This extreme measure is only taken a few times every 100 years, but it is still impressive to be a part of such orders. With all that said, I can say for certain that the skill set we just watched was not that of any angel. I would guess that is the training of Rimuru. Sure, it was a surprise attack, but to train a six-wing angel to kill the descendant of one of the original Satan that quickly is without precedent. From the side, I swear I heard Ophis mumble something like, "Why are all my associates so weak? I think that Rimuru and his associates are just too strong." As we watched Issei enter his juggernaut drive and was ready to start rampaging, he aimed a beam that looked like a super-powered dragon shot at Rachel. Knowing that Rimuru dotes on his pupil, I am sure she will be fine. Just as I thought, when the beam was close to hitting her, a purple and black whirlpool appeared and swallowed the entire attack until it disappeared without a trace. Standing in front of Rachel was Rimuru with his hand out. What kind of ability is that? He just absorbed the entire attack like it was nothing. As all of us watched to see if we could figure out more of Rimuru's skills, we saw him take out a black blade that seemed vaguely familiar to me. With that, he began walking towards Issei while deflecting all of his smaller energy attacks. The beast formerly known as Issei was unhappy with the result and charged at him. As he approached, suddenly Issei was thrown to the side. I was watching the entire thing intently and missed Rimuru's move. He had to have moved so fast that it was near imperceptible. Rimuru quickly got on top of Issei and started emitting a frightening aura. It seemed to be mainly to try to subdue Issei. Even if it was not focused on me, I still felt a slight shiver. His aura feels like that of someone who has killed a very large amount of people. Even the half-beast, half-Issei creature shuddered in fear for a moment. In that moment, Rias Gremory came over and started hugging Issei. Fortunately for my eyes, Rimuru's aura was so strong it blew off the Gremory girl's clothes, so I got a view of some big boobs. Now, wait. Knowing the Red Dragon Emperor, that is probably exactly what he needs. Nothing mixes better than Issei Hyodo and breasts. After a short time of Rimuru beating the beast into submission while Riad Gremory clung to him crying, Issei finally returned. After everything finally finished, him and his associates left without another word. They are nothing if not efficient. During all that action, Valley had appeared with Asia safe, and now everyone seems to be safe. It looks like our plan went flawlessly. After everything was over, Great Red appeared through a gate, laughing at everyone for a short time as he slowly flew away. I have a feeling stuff is going to get even more troublesome from now on. The end.